Sir, thank you for your gracious introduction. Good morning, Colonel Promotable and Colonel McCaffrey, distinguished guests, family members, friends, and most importantly, the 425 graduates of A Company, first of the 507th Parachute Infantry Regiment. It's truly an honor to get the opportunity to speak to the Army's newest paratroopers. First off, I would like to congratulate the class for your hard work and dedication and the courage it takes to become a paratrooper. Additionally, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to the family members here in the audience today. Without your continued dedicated support, it would be impossible for our Army to fight and win our nation's war. Again, moms, dads, brothers and sisters, all family members, thanks for all you do for your soldiers. It truly makes our Army stronger. So some thoughts on being a paratrooper. You know, even before I knew what I wanted to do in the Army, I knew I wanted to be a paratrooper. To be part of something challenging, steeped in tradition, and standing ready to do our nation's business. It really brings to mind folks like First Sergeant and later Carlwood Lipton of the Band of Brothers fame, or General Petraeus, the inspiration in our current fight. All great Americans by any measure, and all paratroopers. And now you belong to that family of giants and heroes. They're all graduates of this venerable institution, and you have to imagine that the Airborne experience helped shape their resolve to soldier on to greatness. This place, in a lot of respects, is where greatness begins. Almost 27 years ago, I was in your place, waiting to graduate and a cherry jumper on my way to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and more specifically the Special Forces qualification course, right off Jump Street, so to speak. But more importantly, I was looking for the Army's next challenge. PV-1 Stanford, at the time, is what is so eloquently put, a Special Forces baby. Essentially, I had no experience in the Army or conventional insight, and because of this, many expected this private to fail. But the challenges of jump school helped me to continue to endeavor and jump the hurdles the Army threw my way. I think the fundamentals I learned here 27 years ago helped me prevail throughout my Army career. The historic and even nostalgic value of the experience cannot be overstated. This place produces leaders and soldiers who take their service to the nation to the next level. And you have to admit that jumping is fun, challenging, and even terrifying for some, but it makes you stronger and a better soldier, a paratrooper. Because of this conviction, I view the Army mission and mission success through a slightly different prism, through the eyes of a paratrooper, a prism that brings into sharp focus the small unit responsibilities paratroopers have in all manner of mission success. Our soldiers today are being asked to do things that did not happen in a pre-9/11 generation. If you think back to 2001, it was a handful of soldiers, paratroopers, that were responsible for regime change in Afghanistan before the end of that year. But still, we're an Army at war, and in many respects, this will define the future, your future in the Army, and quite likely for some in this graduating class, the success of our nation, quite possibly the next hero stands in our midst here today. As paratroopers, you're held to a higher standard which confers the responsibility to know your job and your unit's mission, and how all this is intertwined with the big picture. The situation is simple. You need to seek out the next challenge, whether it's Ranger School, your next deployment, a leadership school, and at some point, Jump Master School, and excel. But now your approach to these challenges will be bolstered by your experience at this institution. It's made you stronger. It really boils down to cultivating leadership and your willingness and enthusiasm to take it to the next level. It's the key to your success, and more importantly, it's the key to the soldiers you lead. And don't let your last jump at Airborne School be your last jump in the Army. Seek out Airborne units and continue to serve with the best. I've jumped in many different countries and in all kinds of different terrains and environments. Everything from jumping into Alaska with snowshoes strapped to my side to being a yard dart and a rice paddy in Thailand on a night combat equipment jump. Airborne operations produce memories that last a lifetime. So when I'm an old man in a new career, I'll have a lifetime of memories well worth remembering because of the camaraderie and challenge that being a paratrooper brings. And now you folks are starting your own memories. Nobody forgets the Airborne School experience, and it will be a game changer for most. Paratroopers, more than any other soldiers, define the Army value of personal courage. Think of the 19-year-old medic, Monica Brown from the 82nd Airborne Division, who a few years ago demonstrated her personal courage and intestinal fortitude when treating injured paratroopers whose Humvee had been hit by a devastating IED. She fearlessly treated these wounded soldiers, all while receiving small arms and mortar fire. For this action, she received a Silver Star, the second by a female soldier since World War II. Now that's personal courage and what paratroopers do, fearlessly taking care of their own. So do not underestimate the relevance you will have on the mission. The challenges of war are unique and will be a menace long after I depart the service, and will require a new generation of paratroopers to bring about the desired results. This war is being fought and won by those courageous soldiers who leave the wire every day, so that our citizenry may sleep in peace. You guys and gals are at the sharp end of the spear, keeping this nation safe and the bad guys on the run and out of this country. Bottom line is this war is going to be won by folks of your generation. People join the Army to be part of something special. The fact is that by graduating here today, you've accepted the challenge of separating yourself from the familiar and mundane herd. The influence and impact you will have on the future of the Army will be profound and extraordinary. In closing, I want to leave you with one last piece of advice, and that is respect and loyalty from both your soldiers and your command is earned through living the Army's values, and not a guarantee by the badges you wear on your uniform or the rank you wear in the center of your uniform. Take care of your soldiers and live the Army values. Finally, it's been a pleasure speaking to you folks here today. Hopefully these challenges will take root and you will find your place leading the Army well into the future. Again, congratulations on your successful completion of Airborne School. Be proud of what you've accomplished and mindful and purpose in what you need to do next. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. God bless. Thank you. Army strong.